But far more importantly than any of this, Boeing 767 has brought her customers and her aircrew safely home time and time again to their loved ones. It is truly the end of an era, ladies and gentlemen. I give you the Boeing 767 with British Airways.
So the clip you saw just there was of the final ever British Airways Boeing 767 commercial flight back from Larnaca, which I was very privileged to be on last November. But today is all about the future of British Airways, so welcome to Heathrow Terminal 5, the Airbus A350, and of course, the brand new British Airways Club Suite. Today we're covering nearly 800 miles from Heathrow to Madrid on the familiarisation flight of the new Airbus A350. As a member of the British Airways Executive Club at Gold status level, I get to use the first wing here at Heathrow, which takes you straight into the gallery's first lounge. If you'd like to know a bit more about that, then click on the link in the top right here, which will take you to a video that I made specifically detailing the F-wing. Today we're boarding through the sea gates here at Heathrow, and as you can see there's lots of walking involved. I get my first glimpse of the new Club Suite cabin, which feels traditionally conservative. There's always something very British about flying British Airways, and that's nice. Whilst we're taxiing out, I'd like to tell you about my latest blog post, Wide Bodies on Short-Haul Routes in Europe. I much prefer travelling on wide bodies, and here in Europe you have lots of choice, so I've listed the ones that I know of, and it's in the link below. If you know of any others, help a fellow Avgeek out and drop me a note or leave a comment below. Do remember, your mileage may vary, as they say, and your wide body could always be subbed at the last minute, which has happened to me before. Let's have a look at the entertainment in the Club Suite on the new British Airways Airbus A350. The handset lacked responsiveness, as you can see here, but to be honest, the excellent touchscreen was just easier to use. It's very close by, so I put the handset down and simply navigated my way around, touching the monitor. As you can see here, you've got a number of ports, one of which is your standard 3-pin plug. You've also got 2 USB ports, one blue and one green. I'm not sure if they're functionally different in any way. They were both able to charge my phone. Wi-Fi was available on this flight, but very expensive, and given the data and usability limitations, I passed on this option, and I can't see myself ever using it. Lighting options seemed good, with 2 overhead lights and a shoulder light, as you can see here. One of the Club World complaints was not being able to flatten the armrest. Clearly this has been solved, as you can see here. The seat controls are fairly intuitive, if a little temperamental. My seat was determined not to go flat. But determination paid off. As you can see by the look on my face, I'm not convinced I can find a comfortable sleeping position here. I'm over 6 foot tall and not the thinnest person in the world, which may be why. My feet, however, were fine. Today we're offered a standard Club Europe Band 4 meal, as this isn't a Club World route. I went for chicken, and I have to say, it was excellent. The tray table stores under the television. It's a bit awkward to operate, and it also locks quite far away from you. You can put it closer, but as you can see, it doesn't lock in that position. And whilst we're enjoying the view, it gives me time to remind you that you can follow me in real time on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. The noise cancelling headphones aren't bad, not the best, but definitely not the worst. I however prefer my new Bose NC900s, and I always carry them with me wherever I go. There's a link below if you want to see what I'm talking about. Today's flight is full in Euro Traveller, but very quiet here in Club Europe. Whilst getting some wing and engine footage, I noticed that in row 11 you only get one window. All other rows seem to have two. This may be important to you, it's not something that would particularly bother me, but it's worthwhile bearing in mind if you suffer from windowing.
The privacy we have here, the privacy screen, two windows, a large seat which is slightly reclined at the moment. It's actually pretty nice, I have to say. For those of you of a certain vintage, such as myself, you may recall the transition from the cradle Club World seat to the flatbed, which was back in about the year 2000. And that was a gargantuan leap for British Airways, and in my mind the heyday of the airline. So this leap from flatbed to Club Suite, it's not that same giant leap, clearly. However, I am impressed, and I would fly it again. In fact, I am flying it again in January next year when I head over to Dubai. So I think this works for me. I really like this seat, I like the surroundings. As you'll have seen from earlier in the video when I put it into fully flatbed mode. It's not the Qatar Q suite, let's be clear about that. I'm just over 6 foot tall, but I could sleep on it quite happily. I like the privacy, some people clearly don't. I've seen one or two videos where people have had different views, and that's going to happen. As I was making this video this afternoon, I met up with another fellow aviation geek in the F lounge back at Heathrow, and he was saying, and quite rightly had observed, that there's a lot of focus these days on having these privacy screens here, which is all well and good, but he was saying that he doesn't see anything wrong with the current Club World setup, the flatbed that you'd get on the other aircraft. So I guess the jury might be out on different people's views. For me, I prefer this setup, definitely. I just like the privacy.
It's a super evening as we begin our descent over Spain and down into Madrid. If you'd like to join me on any of my flights, drop me a note. My flights are available in the link below, and I'll even guest you into whichever Oneworld, Star Alliance Gold, Amex Centurion, Delta Sky Club or Priority Pass Lounge I happen to be using. I love meeting aviation enthusiasts, and I'm not particularly selective who I meet.
So I've just landed here in Madrid, Barajas, after having a great flight on the new British Airways Airbus A350 in their new club suite. It is true, it's not the Qatar Airways Q suite that you may be familiar with, but it is a gargantuan step up from what we're used to with the British Airways Club World. I really enjoyed the flight, and I hope you'll click like and subscribe and join me on my next video. Bye for now.